If you're scared to say the price, then you probably don't believe in it. That's what we're talking about in today's episode 1062 of the Daily Sales Message podcast, where every single day I share a piece of simple and actionable advice that's designed to help you feel more confident and sell more stuff too. Now, difficulty talking about the price from my lived experience often comes down to the fact that we don't think the thing is worth it. And there's a couple of reasons for that. One might be that what you're charging for your product or your service is more than you earn, or certainly more than you would pay for the thing. So in your book, it feels expensive, and that comes across in your behavior. But unfortunately, or fortunately, whichever way you look at it, your opinion on whether or not what you're selling is expensive doesn't really matter. It only matters to the buyer, because by definition, you're not buying it, so it doesn't really matter. But if it's more than you earn or more than you spend on something, that's going to hold back. That's going to come across in your behavior. The second thing is your exposure to the thing. So for over 500 clients now and about 9 years of working, I have refined my clear sales message process to the point where I'm not going to use the word easy because it sounds disrespectful to my clients, but it's become a fairly straightforward process and I know exactly what to do and what not to do. So there's this notion of if something is quote unquote easier to do, it's not as valuable. Now that's not actually the case because the output is super valuable to my clients, but you'll find this with certain businesses where they see all day, every day, things are happening, people are doing things, so they become blunt, they become immune to the true value of what's on offer. So if you couple that, they're blunt and immune to the true value that's on offer, and they wouldn't spend the money on the thing anyway because it's more than they earn or more than they would spend, that's going to come across in their behavior when talking about the price. That's going to make them feel really weird and uncomfortable when they say, oh, to do that, that'll be about £5,000. And inside are thinking, I'd never spend that kind of money. If you suffer with this problem, two things you have to remember. One is your opinion doesn't matter. It's the opinion of the buyer that matters when it comes to talking about the price. And secondly, kind of the same lines really, price is fact, not emotion or opinion. So when you're talking about the price, you do it descriptively. So you empty yourself of emotion and you just describe it. So I wouldn't feel weird saying these are glasses, these are headphones, this is a watch, etc. I wouldn't feel weird saying that. So these are glasses, these are headphones, this is the price. And it's when you can do that, when you can empty yourself of emotion and just describe the price as a separate thing, you'll stop subconsciously communicating to people that you think you're offering is expensive.